There is no limit to inquisitive mind and perfection of knowledge. The Infinite Science program focuses on the latest scientific achievements, new developments and unique discoveries by Kazakh scientists. Infinite Science is an opportunity to see the future of science.
Medics from the University of California have invented pills for greediness. What's more, by sheer chance. Initially, the treatment was intended for Parkinson's disease, but researchers have noticed that after taking the pills, patients became kinder. The culprit in this case, in the positive sense of the word, is the hormone dopamine, which accumulated in the body over the course of the treatment. Hello, my name is Irkebulan Bekmuhanbet, and you're watching Infinite Science. In today's episode, synthetic metal, polymers for solar panels, pharmacogenetics, test systems for determining the individual dosage of medical products, safe and effective, a growth stimulator invented by Kazakhstani scientists. Everyone knows that plastic does not conduct electricity. That is why for a long time it's been used as an insulating material. However, at the end of the 1970s, the first modified polymer was obtained, and it had the properties of a semiconductor. The discovery of the synthetic metal gave an incentive to the development of organic electronics. And today, on the basis of semiconductor polymers, transistors, light-emitting diodes, lasers and solar batteries are produced. Scientists at the Nazarbayev University are engaged in a breakthrough project, creation of an organic polymer for solar batteries. Unlike silicon, a polymer is a relatively flexible material. This property allows for its use on irregular surfaces, for example clothes, which creates additional perspective opportunities in terms of application. The efficiency coefficient of polymer elements is much higher than of silicon ones. That is why modern science is in pursuit of making the polymer more effective. Scientists have joined forces in their efforts to solve this problem. Thus, the Nazarbayev University is cooperating with colleagues from France. Today, they're working together on obtaining a special type of polymer. In our case, these are conjugated polymers with so-called hype cycles, and it's been written about in various academic articles. These polymers are not a secret. You can find it practically before it is synthesized. French colleagues have a group of scientists that does quantum chemical calculations. They theoretically predict which molecule will serve what purposes. Theoretically, the new substance should improve the efficiency of solar cells by many times. Each stage of the scientific process is done separately. In principle, everyone uses the same method and approaches. One group may be different from another in terms of the substances with which they experiment and try to make something. Therefore, we have our own polymer, out of which we make our own solar cells. According to experts in popular science, at present humanity is at the lowest stage of its development, since we're still using extracted raw materials as a source of energy. In the meantime, over a period of just one day, the sun produces as much energy as the entire world consumes in 1 year. That is why progress in solar energy technology will allow to make a breakthrough into a new era. The face of the Earth will change beyond recognition. This is precisely the goal towards which scientists are working hard in their laboratories. The advice of the famous Greek physician of the ancient times, Hippocrates, is treat the patient, not the disease. Today, his postulate is once again not only relevant, but is finding wider application in practice. This is happening due to the principles of personalized medical treatment. This approach allows to develop an optimal treatment program, taking into account the physiological specificities of a particular person. The latest discoveries in molecular biology and genetics are assisting the doctors in this task. Today, in order to treat many serious diseases, such as tuberculosis, aggressive drugs are used. Unfortunately, very frequently patients suffer from a great number of side effects. This problem can be resolved with pharmacogenetics. Pharmacogenetics is a science that studies the impact of medicinal products on the human body, more specifically on genetics of a human being. Pharmacogenetics detects a connection between various genes and how a drug interacts with the body. Thus, scientists have a tool that allows to foresee the effect of a drug on a person with a different gene variation. Scientists at the South Kazakhstan State Pharmaceutics Academy are developing systems that would allow to elaborate an individual treatment plan for tuberculosis patients. The main task is to find a specific gene site which is responsible for the occurrence of side effects in reaction to specific drugs. In order to do this, the polymerase chain reaction method is used. For example, we get a specific amount of blood from which DNA is extracted, and with the use of the polymerase chain reaction technology and RT systems, the presence or absence of a specific gene is determined. In order to single out the necessary gene site, an active element is required, a primer. This is a special marker which helps to identify a specific gene and fits only that gene. That is why the task of the scientists is to find a primer for their concrete gene. The search can take around 2 months. Thus, a small site needs to be found. It's quite small, which would be unique specifically to that gene. The primer is part of the test system. With its help, a person's intolerance of a specific drug can be determined. If an individual has this gene, then they need to be prescribed a different treatment. These tests allow doctors not only to choose the appropriate drug, but also the right dosage, all leading to efficient treatment of a disease. Plants are made up of a whole array of special substances, phytohormones. Each one of them is responsible for a specific life process. For example, one substance is responsible for the development of the root system, and another for the formation of buds and sprouts. This gives experts an insight on how to influence the course of plant vegetation overall. New environmental requirements are demanding new solutions from scientists regarding the agrarian sector. Today, cultures should produce stable harvests despite the constant volatility of climate conditions. Plant growth stimulators play an important role in this. This is a substance which in small concentrations, while acting as a phytohormone, enhances first of all the germination capacity of seeds, improves the quality of the plant, and promotes root formation during grafting of cultures that are hard to graft. Kazakhstani scientists at the Institute of Chemistry named after Bekturov have developed their own plant growth stimulator, KN2-octapinol alpha. This product has an antiviral and stimulating effect and has a wider range of applications. It has an effect on a wide array of cultures. These are vegetable cultures, carrots, potatoes. Crop yields of barley and wheat improved by 15%. Scientists state that the stimulator does not change plant structure and only enhances those properties that the plant has initially. Even during the first trials of KN2, it demonstrated a surprising property. Unlike many analogous alternatives, it has an impact even in very small concentrations. This makes it not only cost-efficient, but safe as well. We have studied the toxicity, environmental impact, impact on fish, bees, and us. All the results have been positive, giving it a 3rd degree of toxicity, which is considered to be practically non-toxic. Currently, scientists are researching the possibility of using this agent for effective reproduction of wild-growing trees, for example, pine, birch, and even the rare saxaul. Every time news about the development of a new drug for the treatment of malignant tumors brings new hope. However, we tend to forget the simple truth. The earlier the disease is detected, the easier it is to fight it. The diagnosis of cancerous diseases is one of the most pressing problems on which the entire world of medicine, including Kazakhstani medicine, is working. More on this in our next program. Discover infinite science with us. Until next time.
И об этом смотрите в очередном выпуске. Открывайте науку без границ вместе с нами. До встречи.